Wow, this is amazing. Because now I only have one monitor due to my new setup I have done. How beautiful. I actually don't know what we're gonna do today yet. My plans are probably explore, bro. Nobody needs to see how many tabs I have. This is absolutely embarrassing. Reduce the amount of tabs. This is why I was using 2 monitors, but now I only have 1. So, yeah. Anyway, let's go to DUB. I think I have an idea for today's episode, but DUB D-Lang. Yeah. Because this is where all the fun stuff's at. I want to check out what's on here, just to see what's available. Unit threaded. DUB GTKD is the Digital Mars Programming Language OO wrapper for GTK Plus. Object-oriented wrapper. Open library. For the Incus REST. Let's see what's here. Incus REST. What is Incus? System container, application container, virtual machine manager. It provides a user experience similar to that of a public cloud. With it, you can easily mix and match both containers and virtual machines, sharing the same underlying storage network. Incus is image-based and provides for a wide number of Linux distributions. It provides flexibility and scalability for various use cases. Okay. So it's like, kind of like Kubernetes, but on one system, and you can. So I could have Arch Linux in one, I have Ubuntu in another one, and they can all be linked. I don't understand what you'd use this for. What I mean, I guess the point would be like virtual machines, no. But anyway, what other things they got? What else they got? Pure D Docker file parser. Docker file. Oh, isn't Docker used for stuff that's cool? Docker's used for cool stuff. Whoa. Actually, this is neat. This one looks pretty neat. I don't know. I don't know if I want to mess with that. Docker. I mean, I'm not really familiar with Docker too much, so I mean, I can't really do much with it. Procwatch. Running live process watcher for long-running builds. Oh, okay. Book metadata. Extract and enrich metadata from scanned books, PDF, EPUB. That's actually really interesting, because you download a PDF from like Tor or something like this. You can that PDF is actually, you need to check it for trackers and stuff, because they can put trackers in those in a PDF. It's crazy. If it's opened in another application besides the one that Tor has, then yeah, it's gonna open up to trackers and stuff. Because a lot of those download the resources off the web. So either that, or you just do it air-gapped, and you'd be fine. But that all depends. VibeD. Event-driven web concurrency framework. VibeD utils. Data format. Serialization support, mail, HTTP. Whoa. Let's do this today. Yeah, let's do some vibe.d, bro. Alright, I got my plan for today. I have no idea what this will require, but create new folder. We'll call it vibed. Alright, in my vibed folder, I'm gonna create a document. Actually, no. I'm just gonna go into my... use Kate and then open up the... Oh god. This shit's gonna get really complicated, but this will have to be how I do it. Ah, see, it just works, guys. Alright, now this is really awkward, but it works. So, oh, wait. Where's the one called D tools /vibe vibe. What do you mean? Oh, because I'm trying to do it into root groups. Huh? You never saw anything. DUB. Init. Oh. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say DUB init. DUB init. We're gonna go with 2. 2 is the one I usually work with. Vibe. Web app. I bet we can make a website. That's what I actually want to make, is a website. I think that'd be pretty cool to do. A D-Lang server hosted website. Minimal D application. Yes. Like, honestly, web development, it's probably super easy. You get your WebGL and you go, oh yeah, WebGL. WebGL. Yes, minimal D application. Yes. Yes. I always go with the number 6, and then I only go with the number 3. Oh, don't do that. No, that's not... Oh, God. We're doomed. Add a dependency. What is it called? There. Vibe D. Put it down here in the bottom corner. That way it's easier to see. Vibed. There we go, I'm practicing. Alright, so we got vibed. It's got mono god DB. This might be better. That's way better, actually. Yeah, I prefer that method. Or vibe D. Alright, DUB add vibe D. Vibd. No. Vibd. What do you mean could not find vibed? What about vibed? What? Oh. There we go. Now I got my vibe.d, bro. But you got your crypto. Oh, but I mean cryptographic. That makes sense. My bad. TLS thread. What does that mean? TLS. I've heard that word before, but I don't remember what it means. Low-level functionality. Guess to make your own packets, you need some low-level stuff. High-level web and REST service. All right. Can each be used individually. Alright, where's the tutorial? Visit the website at vibe.d.org. Hello, welcome back. It's been a while since I've seen you here. The vibe.d book. D web development. I think next episode we should learn Perl. I don't know why that pops in my brain, so Perl or Ruby for fun. Oh, but Ruby's kind of cringe, isn't it? What are those even used for anyway? Like fucking niche shit? Bro, those are like the cringe languages. Example of a simple HTTP server. Oh. Okay, so you could literally create a, What? There is nothing? Did I not? Oh, I didn't finish my DUB in it. DUB in it! Alright, once we finish that, we got DUB in it done. Then, we're gonna open the file. It's gonna be in DTools. It's gonna be in Vibe. Source app.d. Alright, so we're gonna write out our first lines of Vibe. Vibe-d. So here they have this shit, which is really simple actually. So first, how's coding going? It's going good. I really don't have many ideas lately. I've been kind of out of ideas. So we're gonna import Vibe dot. Why would you import the whole thing if we only need listen, HTTP, and run application there? So in void main, let's just do import vibe.vibe colon, and then keep it local to this section. Vibe, and then listen HTTP has a pointer to handle requests. I guess they take a pointer for the function that it needs to call. And run application. Alright, cool. Listen HTTP. So that's a basic HTTP server. Listen HTTP, and then wants to do it on port 8080, which is the standard port. It is a normal port to do that on 8080. How do you get these to be like HTTPS? How do you do that? I don't really know much about that. And they have a pointer to handle requests. So pointer handle requests. Which is gonna do the thing. And then run application. Which is gonna be there. Probably have to do a refresher on some of the stuff that I forgot about HTML and CSS. Oh. Why am I doing it like this? Why am I doing it like this? Oh, also, we need to import a run application. I'm sure this won't work first try because we're trying to import things and I'm unfamiliar with the library, so. Then the next thing, you need to listen HTTP and run application. And then after this, we need to create one called handle request, which is also going to be a void. So that's what the pointer does. It points to this void handle request and does whatever this does. So it then does if request.path equals / equals that, then that's a hello world, basically. If required path equals that, what would that be even? HTTP server request rec and HTTP server request rest. Oh, so the request and the response. What was it? HTTP caps? Okay. Rec. And then HTTP. Which is, we need to probably, we probably definitely need to import vibe. Yeah, never mind. I'm gonna go ahead and say we have to import vibe to actually get this to work. Like importing that. Is that 8080 wrong? No, the 8080 is right. It's just because it's a string. So if it's a string, it's gonna be that. And then response dot write body equals so it needs to be if it receives that. If what is it? Equals okay. If request dot path equals this, then do that. Should be res dot body equals hello. What is it? Just a fucking string for this? Oh, res dot write body lowercase right on that. I haven't really messed with this library, so I really don't know much about it, but we're gonna read about it today as well. It's part of what I plan to do. That way we can learn more of the toolings and things in it. There's no equals ever. I don't know why I think there's an equals. It's a void function. Alright, let's go ahead and do DUB. Vibe stream container, inet, HTTP, dalgebrake, dalgebrake, silly, OpenSSL, static, event core. God damn, the amount of dependencies is fucking giga. Oh wow. Oh wow. So much deprecation. But it's still just working. Mail. Mongo. Web. Listen, failed to listen on 0.0.0 8080. Alright, let's go ahead and curl 0.0.0.0 8080. Oh, my bad, I fucked it up again. I'm supposed to do colon. Whoa! Holy shit! God damn! Alright, if required path is that. So then after that, the thing you would do is you would like set up a render or like some way of, you know, making it exist. Like if you have HTML. So that's cool. What happens if I connect via web browser? For example, local HTTP:// 0.0.0.0.0 colon 8080. Oh, wow, look at this shit. Hello world. Bro, it does it there too. I was expecting it to be like kind of different than that though. So that's that. That's a website basically. That's pretty cool. Alright, so what else can you do? Full API reference. Diet HTML. HTML output generator implementation. Diet input contains, here, let's go to HTML. Alright, so module diet.html. Oh god. Live version of the mixin. Bro, this is so cool. You could do so much with this. Get HTML live mixin, get HTML live mixin, HTML raw text only, aliases. Okay, compile HTML. I don't know what I'm doing with this. I really don't know. Event cores. Don't know what I'm gonna be doing there. Vibe core channel. Core log. Parallelism. Parallel computation primitives. Task. Process. Data.bsun. bsun. I've heard of JavaSun, but not JavaScript something? Bscript something? Maybe it's Bscript. I don't know. Anyway. iNet. So web. What do you have in web? Web. Error display. Language. Header. This is like the basics. Templates. Validation. Utils. Mail. SMTP. Message. Oh, you can send messages. Decode email addresses. Oh, pretty interesting stuff in there. HTTP. Whoa, wait, what? Router? What does this do? URL router. Routes HTTP requests based on the request method and URL. Fascinating. Interesting. Container. Hash maps. Yeah, those are just like structs and shit. Fucking crypto stuff. Cryptographic stuff. Not crypto as in crypto, but cryptographics. Database. So, I guess the only real HTML stuff is these. Compiles a Diet template given as string file name. Alright, is there an example? So how would you actually put an HTML server, like an HTML hosting thing up with this? Actually, wouldn't you just basically say that the result would be something else in there? Let's start with res.writeBody, or like this shit. So you have HTTP server response, which is in vibe and then it's going to be in web. It's going to be in web here. Nested name style header web interface redirect redirects to the given URL. So if I wanted to, I could set up a redirect for that's funny. It's a funny idea for rickrolling people. Interface settings. There's really only that. Response. What is a response? So here we have a HTTP server response. So response. HTTP server response is the type, and then it's a response. It's a class. Oh, here's an example. Class web service. Void post login. String username password. Blah 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 blah. I mean, you wouldn't want to do that at all. Anyway, but you'd probably take those, and then you'd have the fucking SS, or no, not SSH keys, SHA-256 keys, or something. Have it encrypted at least, please. But the string basically decrypts it. But that's also, like, kind of insecure. Because if the string that comes out of their system is not it should, the input for the password should be handled on the end user system. Like, when the encryption part should be that, I think. I don't know, because I don't know. Cool. Stream. I'm guessing that's like to send a file. So if you were to curl a file with that, then probably you could probably send a file over curl using that. Anyway. But yeah, the fucking response is basically just, this doesn't really give you much information on what it is, other than it's just an HTTP server response type. Let's check out the type. That gives me the more information. As a constructor that's made of this connection, raw connection, settings, and request allocation. HTTP version. Oh, fields. Dictionary list. String. Bytes written. Connected. Oh, so if you could check if you're connected. Good job. Receive signal 2, shutting down. So yeah, we can get this thing up and running. But what this allows you to... Oh, you can add cookies in there too? Cookies are things that you store on other people's system and bloat it with garbage and track them with it. That's awesome. I'm gonna make something like that. That's for sure. Connected and get. So it gets the connect, if it gets a connection. If the remote peer is still connected, and false if the remote peer closed connection. Alright, so HTTP server response dot connected. And then there's HTTP server response, or maybe we could request that. So it's a function basically. Anyway, I'm sure there's more information inside of this. Content type, strings, methods, connect proxy, redirects. Start session, switch protocol, terminate session, determines if, oh wait, here's a good one, TLS, determines if a response is sent over an encryption connection. Wait for a connection to close. Write body. So write body writes an entire response body at once. Write body JSON writes a JSON message. Write raw body writes a whole response body at once without doing any further encoding. Write void body and string finalizes the response. So let's add in how does this work? So void finalize. It's just a void function. Let's add finalize to this. Alright, so let's try that out. Identifier finalize. Let's try HTTP server response dot finalize. Is deprecated, use dot request path instead. Oh, okay, so finalize must be done probably when this is in this main area. Run HTTP connection, and then we can add other stuff later. The other thing I need to look at is what is it? Oh, look at this session. HTTP session. Oh, cool. Let's check out what this does. Base 64 URL paddings. Structs. Represents an HTTP session. Gets the type field. Queries the session for existence of a particular key. Bro, there is so much to this thing and I don't really understand a lot of it because I don't really work with this stuff usually. And it's also my first time looking at this library too, so I have no real clue what I'm looking at even. Web. Let's go to web. There's the other one, which is request. So it says that it's deprecated to use that, and it wants me to use dot request. Auto author, blah, 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 we don't really care. Of the type HTTP server request. Alright, so function vibe.d http server.http request path is deprecated. Use dot request path instead. So request path so you would do rec.request path. It's not callable using the argument type string. And that, hold on, cannot pass of type string to parameter generic path. What? Hold on. Let's simplify what we're doing. So we want to... Right, so these are... What are these again? Oh, these are requests. So in the first one, they had a request. Username, string, headers, HTTP version, request URI, cookies, files, form, full URL. We're looking for .request though. Path. Current session object. HTTP method. So this is for the type though. Okay. Request.path requires a generic path. And that generic path is provides a common interface to operate on paths of various different kinds. Constructs a path from its string representation. Alright, so you would create a generic path. Let's redo this, but listen HTTP, and it says point at handle requests. The way this works is just, I guess, if it connects to something, then it will go into handle requests, I guess. And then when it does handle requests, then it's gonna, yeah, I don't know, magic. Void handle request. But it also gets information, like listen HTTP, like provided the information already when we had the two pointers in there. So when it calls it, it just automatically has the information. That's weird. That's just how pointers work though, isn't it? It's so weird to me. Error display, language, redirect, request, response, terminate session. Renders a diet template file. Oh, okay, so that's how we'll do the HTML part. But yes, we need to look at listen HTTP. I'm guessing that's under HTTP now. Server. Create HTTP server request. Listen HTTP. And a request handler. So there's two different types. Oh, schedule for deprecation. Settings. Customizes the HTTP server's functionality, host string, or HTTP server settings object. So settings equals string. They're just doing checks on those. Function, listen HTTP. Those don't do anything. Anyway, settings. Why are they all green but none of them do anything? Why can't I check out underscore settings? Request delegate? It's request handler? Like, is that like another thread probably? HTTP listener? Listen HTTP. This is listen HTTP, okay. Oh, so it makes an HTTP listener. It's of the type HTTP listener. my brain cells. Bro, I hate object-oriented programming with a passion. This is one of these things that I should probably learn more of, but I hate it, so. Alright, so there's a bind address. Methods stop listening. Wow. But anyway, it listens to HTTP on 8080. And then, let's see what else there is. What is this one different? Request function. So in this one, they have settings. But what is settings? What? This callback invoked. So the request handler obviously is the pointer. So that just ends up in a thread probably uses concurrency to do that. Anyway, so that's pretty generic. So you have your pointer, which points at something, and then whatever it points at, for example, handle request. Very cool. But what if listen HTTP doesn't point? Well, handle request would be where all the fun happens, actually. So that's how that works. So something connects at 8080, then handle request points, or there's a pointer here, which gets handled in a different thread. So then it gets pointed at this, probably. That's my theory. I don't have an actual answer if that's correct, but I think everything points to that being correct, so pointer. Slap a pointer in there. Yeah, amazing. Points to handle requests. Very cool. So then what do I do with that from there? Like, besides, like, what can I do? What's next up? What information can we obtain? The current session object, username, headers, HTTP version, HTTP method. What is this? HTTP server request. Alright, so I guess we're going to create an HTTP server request in this pointer. Right? That's how it's spelled? Oh, fucking hell. HTTP server request. And then it requests the server. Supplies the request body as a stream. So you can get client address, network address. Import standard.dio colon write ln write ln HTTP server request, and then dot, because we don't have a whole thing named. Write HTTP server request dot what's the other thing? And we want to get client address. Let's try that. Get client address. See if this will actually work as I think it does. Oh, right, I forgot to put this in a function. Me being gidja dumb today. I'm on that dumb grind set right now. DUB. Alright, so no property client address. I'm guessing it just has to be like this. Yeah, it's good. Make it happen. Make it so. Oh, okay, what are we doing? Using argument types, string hello function, or callable using argument types. Template via are callable using argument type string, void function, pointer, HTTP server request. And request handler. What do you mean? Yeah, so the settings. We do have a function. Comma HTTP server response linking website. Oh, okay. Oh, that works. So you just need an H. I didn't even define what the type is, and it still fucking accepted it. Okay. Curl 0.0.0.0 colon 8080. Oh, what? 404 not found. And then it grabbed my IP address. It says it's colon FF. But that's because I didn't format the right ln correctly. We probably need a right F for this. So we'll probably have to use right F. But that is some address. I'm pretty sure that's an IPv6 due to the FF in there. So, internal error information. 404 not found. So even a 404 not found can grab information about you. Fascinating. But listening for requests on colon/, or colon. Let me do IP ADDR show. What is it called? Localhosts. What is it? Loopback, right? What do you mean loopback doesn't exist? It's a fucking standard thing. IP ADDR show local host. I guess I'll show them all. Loopback? You mean, oh, okay, LO. Fun. IP ADDR show LO. MTU. There we go. Oh, that makes sense. If I'm on another system and I connect to this, which would require a little bit more effort to do a loop back than that, I need to do some extra things. I need to connect the device, type in the INET for it, and then try to connect. And I think it would still work. So I'll try it out on my phone. So 127.0.0.1. And do I have actually connected? Web page not available. No connection to it. That's because it's not actually going past that. In order for it to go past that, you need to have, like, actual more than that. Anyway, colon 1 of 128. And it's only... If I were to put in the actual IP for this... I'm going to put in 127.0.0.1. I'm pretty sure you need IP tables rules, or like an equivalent to IP tables. There's NF tables and other stuff out there that are pretty interesting, so. Cool, now it's doing that. Which means now, when I try it again, nothing happens. But if I try that address now, http://127.0.0.1:8080. And that grabbed the same address of this device. Now, no routes matched path slash, which would be this directory, I'm assuming. That's pretty cool. So it just basically allows you to grab whatever IP address connected. So, for example, if we're listening on loopback for the loopback address, then boom, I just connected to it. It was that easy. So there's other things, other techniques and things out there that are interesting too. Like, if you have IP tables, obviously you can then forward this on your local area network through wireless. Or if you have a device, you could use that to host it on a local area network, so you don't even have to use your wireless router for that. So there's a bunch of techniques there. But let's try to get this to, like, display the information about the actually, no, let's just continue working on different properties we can grab from HTTP requests. I think that'll be simpler than doing the other stuff right now, because I don't want to work on something really complicated right now. So we can grab that. We can also grab a client certificate, so we could be like, all right, write ln request dot client certificate, whatever this would be. This is some kind of security stuff. So when you do that, I'm pretty sure that'll be if you have like a certificate kind of thing available. So now let's go ahead and reload this page. TLS certificate information, there's nothing. So I didn't have a certificate. Let me reload it again. You can see my IP is still connecting on a different port. So, and it also says that I'm connecting from 44834. I'm guessing it might have failed on one of the other ports. It's pretty interesting. So then, what else can I do? What other things can I do? Oh, all the other things I can do are on here. Oops, me being giga dumb right now. It's this one. So you can grab a client certificate. You can grab a context, a map of context items for the request. Determines if the request should be logged to the access log file. Password query string. Username, headers. Session, current session object. I wonder what that would be. Let's try what is session. Let's get the session. And then obviously, if you can get these, you can be like, well, if it equals a certain value, you can do checks based off of these to do stuff. We should try that out too. After we see what we can grab, I mean. Session null native. Interesting. Where's the one where it gives me the OS? I want to see what my OS is. HTTP method. Method for the request. Request URI. Cookies. Files. Oh, these are properties though. So if you did request.path, that sets the path, I believe. Or that gets what path it's going to, maybe. Anyway, that's pretty cool. mcon is like metered connection. Params, no log, context. Where do we grab the context story? Context supplies the body. I know with socket I was able to like get. Maybe it's this one. Alright, socket's ready. Or this thing's ready. Socket is just the lowest level you can go with these types of APIs, basically. Anyway, socket's a library, not even an API. Cool. So that's how you use HTTP address. And so let's actually see what URI would be. The request URI. So request URI. I don't even know how I would send one of those. Actually, no, that'd be handled differently. That'd be through buttons on the web page. Honestly, you'd have a home page, and then anything could connect to the home page, and from there navigate the rest of the website. That would be the easiest way of doing it. Alright, now, if we supplies the request body as a stream, let's try that one out, actually, see what that is. Request.body. Right, it is request.body. Oh, body reader. Never mind. Alright, try that out. Oh god. Let's do it again. Request limited HTTP input stream. So that's the request body, actually. Vibe.d HTTP server .limited HTTP input stream. That's really cool. So what does that do? So vibe.http, it has a limited HTTP input stream. Alright, now let's try to get like an actual. So the first step would be to define a path. So you have response. So we have response. So the next step is figuring out how do you use response. So they had to do an if-then kind of thing, but really, I don't think you need that. I think you can just do HTTP server response, and then boom. Why did I try to do connected? But all the cool shit that you can do for grabbing information is from this. All of that is just a thing you do with that. Then HTTP server response not connected. Why am I on this one? Where is HTTP server? Here it is, response. So fields, HTTP version, status code, status phrase, properties. Here we go, body writer, which a stream for writing the body of the HTTP response. So that is one thing, and then there's also all cookies that shall be set on the client for this request. Connect proxy. Special method for handling connect proxy tunnel. Oh, right, finalize. These are things that you do. Methods, you just do them whenever you do them. But all the stuff you do with the HTTP server has to do with stuff like that. Which distro? I'm using Arch Linux. I really want to reinstall Arch Linux and install it with Fluxbox. I think I want to do that. I don't like KDE as much as I like Fluxbox. If you haven't seen Fluxbox, it's pretty cool. I tried it out this weekend on what's it called? And I really like how it does like a drop down. That's really cool. KDE is feeling old for me, but anyway. Write body. So this is the one that they use to write the body of it. And they would be like, if request.path is slash, then, which would be probably this directory where app.d is present, then it gives the response. And then there's write body, write pretty JSON, write void body. And then, so yeah, if we just did write body, that'd probably be the way to go. There's also, so that's let's try that out. Response dot write body. And so we're gonna do this. And then let's try to write the client address to the yeah, that should be pretty easy. I think web is gonna be the easiest thing. I feel like I'd really enjoy web design, web development. Alright, let's go ahead and do that. Let's give that a shot. See if that actually works before I go and alright, what does it do? Here's what it does. Are callable using argument types network address. Alright, then what is it callable by? Oh. Cast string request cast sting. Oh yeah, cast sting. Yes, you connect to my server, I will send you bees. Request that of type toString. Damn, but it works with write-ln. If only I could figure out how to do it like that. What if it works as a cast car array? Which would technically a car array pointer, a const car array pointer would be the C equivalent. Okay, I guess I'm not gonna be able to do that, but I think what you can do is just put in hello. And that should do the trick anyway. Yep, it's working. So now, if I go to here, refresh, and it says hello. What if we're going to play a CSS style? Vibe.http.server.limited input stream. Alright, very cool. So next up is to figure out how exactly to send HTML. I think that might be way more advanced than I think it is. But I want to see what else there. Oh wait, toString, write body stream. I bet toString is or toString is what I probably needed. Write void body with no body. Allocator. Connect proxy. Finalize. Oh, and then after that, response dot finalize. Let's try that out again. Did we try this out already? I wonder if this will terminate the connection after writing the word hello. Or there should be one that terminates it. Oh, what the fuck? Finalizes the response automatically by the server. Oh, okay. We can also set a cookie. That's probably a fun idea. Try messing around with it. But I'll do that later. Maybe initiates a new session. What's a session then? I guess that'd be if you clicked a button, then because it says path. It probably just starts and takes them to a new path under a new thread or something like that. Oh, this works. I'm surprised because I didn't expect that. I mean, it's automatically called by the server anyway. Alright, so then to terminate the HTTP response, or the HTTP session, after that would be interesting to do. Reload, and it's nothing. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So there should be one that has the right body and has data content type. So let's check as a single string. There's two different types of this, but anyway, right body, and it has a ubyte for data input stream. Let's check out inside of diet. There should be HTML. So in that one, we might want parser as well and input. Let's check all of those. Let's start with the ones I don't think. Performs generic parsing of a diet template file. Identity, files. Files from group. Interesting. Whoa. Okay, back. I think all we really need is HTML. I think that's all I need. So, get HTML mixin, returns a mixin string that generates an HTML for the given DOM tree. Get HTML live mixin, returns a live version of the mixin. This live version generates the code skeleton that accepts a list of... so if you're unaware what a mixin is, that's going to be stuff that happens at compile time, where you can put code in there at compile time. It's basically just say, like, you can have an if statement and be like, if this, then mixin, or something like that. I don't know. I really never work with those, but I've seen them and I kind of understand them. Then there's pragmas, which are also done at compile time. Those can also be stuff like that, except most of the time a pragma is just used for, like, debugging, kind of. Or to specify a library version, or stuff like that, which is, there's multiple different types of pragma, but they're all called pragma, and then you can do a comma, or you can do library, comma, something, I don't remember what it was. And you also, some of them are just comments. It's kind of a Swiss Army knife. HTML output style. Oh, how it gets styled. Compiled diet file string. Compiled diet file. So I'm guessing we want mixin. Or that one. Turns a live version of the mixin. The live version generates the code skeleton Let's check out this one first. So in const document doc. Oh. This way you can create the diet template at runtime. If any non-code changes are made, you can avoid recompilation. So yeah, that's also pretty useful, being able to get that at runtime, because if you're compiling it in there, it's just going to be a part of the server at that point. So that means if you want to change anything. So we're going to want to do get HTML mixin. Let's go, and also this all, so there's a tool, and it was like Python HTTP, right? And I tried out, I made a video a while ago on hosting an HTML server on Python HTTP. I don't remember where it's at, but whoa. Is that Arch, by the way? Whoa, is that Arch Linux? Whoa. He uses Arch. I use Arch too, bro. Small world. Mini Arch. But anyway, there's a server that does that. And you see, you could put multiple different things with it, and you didn't have to really do too much to set it up. In fact, you didn't really do much at all. You don't have to do much at all to set it up. So in constant document, so the first thing we would do is specify the document name, I guess. String get live mixin. And I'm guessing this is a function. Actually, I'm pretty sure it is a function. Very much sure that that is a function. String get live mixin. So we're going to go to in constant document. This is a function, in fact, but also mixin function. Anyway, string get live, yeah, is this the actual mixin? Actually, would this just be a okay, so let's just do, what does it return? Does it return a string? Hold on, so this is the function, and then that's the actual function itself. That's their code for it. So all I have to do is just do get live mixin. I think that's what I have to do. Let's just do it. Get HTML. But then how do you use it later on? Because then you have to have like a name for it. Or a pointer or something. HTML live mixin. That's step 1. So you have a document and a range name. And then HTML pieces map. Let's just say we have the document. I'm not sure if the rest is required. My website .html. Right? That's it. So get that. Does it return anything? It might return a string. Except the list of HTML strings that go between the code to output code, or code to output. This way you can make the diet template at runtime. I'm kind of confused though. HTML compiles a diet template given as a string with support for includes and extensions. Ugh. What the hell? I mean, I haven't even done anything with this thing yet. Oh, let's just see if it runs. It will fail, yes. Unidentified identifier. String get live mix in. Wait, but that just means it wasn't identified as a function. Oh, module diet.html. Import diet.html. Does all that, and fails. Function is not callable using argument types string. Cannot pass a type string to parameter in document doc. And it expects a constant document called doc. Let's go here. The document class encapsulates a full diet template document. So it wants a diet template document? Honestly, why not just take an HTML document and make it really simple? Just shovel an HTML in there. You know, just do it. Make it happen. Make it just take HTML. This nodes. What is a node? So it's nodes. But what is the node? Represents a single node in a DOM tree. What is a DOM? Oh, I'm guessing this is a map of what your website is. The DOM tree is used as an intermediate representation between the parser and the generator. Filters and other kinds of transformations can be executed on the DOM tree. The generator itself will apply filters and other traits using apply templates. So I need to create a DOM first. So we need to import diet.dom before we do any HTML stuff. Let's focus on that. Import diet.dom. I like HTML, but I don't know what a DOM is. So we'll figure this out. Encapsulates a full diet template document. Represents a single node in the DOM tree. Node attributes, single node attribute, node content. So how do you make a DOM tree? Node attributes, location, in the source file. Name, location, translation key. Alright, so let's start with node attributes. Fit inside, don't insert white space around the node contents when generating output. Raw text and translated. All lines are treated as text. None. So you can also just do none. Alright, so how do you initialize a DOM, a node? Alright, so if we do... Oh, we'd probably just do auto our node, and then it might have a constructor. Yes. This, location name, attributes, contents, attributes, and translation key. So if a constructor exists, you don't need to do the whole auto and make a new node, you just call the constructor. So all you do is just set node equals something. That's the magic of constructor. HTTP server request. Right, that'd be how you initialize it. I think I have an example of it, but who cares? I'll just wing it. Obviously, these are uninitialized, so HTTP. Let's do not that. Let's make the DOM when no, let's make it in void main. It has to be done before running the application. So let's do all that. Let's make the DOM and then yeah. So DOM, right? Node. Let's make a node. We need a location name. I guess we do node, and then unless it needs to be auto, that's node. That makes the node. So that's the constructor. Pretty sure that's how that's going to work. I hope that works. I have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to OOP, because I don't use it. I never use object-oriented programming, so I have no clue what I'm doing. I'm very lost. Struct location. Set your chat to live chat. What do you mean? Set it to live? Oh, is it not fast enough? Also, I only have one monitor right now. The other one's busy being used for other tasks. File string, name of the source file. So what is the source file going to be? Is that going to be the thing or what? Is zero-based line index within the file? Represents location of an entity within the source file. What is an entity? What? So what is an entity? Name of the node. Okay. So let's go back. Struct location, string name. Set the go button above live chat. Oh. All messages are visible. What? What, is it set to top chat or something? I don't really know. I don't see much. My bad. Wait, is it always like this? Man, this is actually good because people can catch when I'm dumb. Else it filters so much. Yeah, that's my bad. I didn't realize it was set like that. Anyway, string, name of the source file. What is a source file going to be then? I guess just I'm going to put, my source file .html. Is that the source file? Or is that not the source file? Does it node expect that? So I'm guessing that's what it does. Anyway. Name of source file and zero-based index within, but that's not a location though. This is not a location, because the name is wrong. I mean, I guess unless I cast it to the thing. I mean, I don't know. Documentation. Please documentation. Me making inferences from the reference. Oh, here we go. Server HTTPS. I want to make an HTML thing though. Let's go down to HTML first. We'll do HTTPS tomorrow. Raw TCP. We can already do that with standard.socket. And if you use actually it might be different though. It might be a little bit easier to do some of that stuff. Because you can construct your own headers and stuff. So like if you want to forge your own packets, technically you can do that. Or define how your packets are structured between two things, you could use standard.socket to do that. RDMD, which is just a runtime version of DMD compiler. It basically makes DLang into like a scripting language to use RDMD. Where's DOM templates? Web framework. Based on the low-level HTTP HTML foundation, the high-level web application framework allows for faster and more solid web application development. It uses class-based declarative approach to avoid boilerplate code that would otherwise usually be needed. Static typing is exploited as much as possible to avoid conversion errors, or so that's why cast doesn't usually work for some of these things. Web interface generator. Sessions. Oh, wow. Here we go. New URL router. Bro, this is a whole lot of shit. My brain is going to be fried. So we figured out HTTP. Let's get rid of all of this shit that we probably don't need. I mean, I figured out some of it on my own. I figured out how to write the word hello if you didn't see that, which we can do that again just in case. All I need to do is do hello world. I can also curl this, by the way. See, I can write hello and then steal somebody's IP address information. Very nice. Pretty cool, right? Super cool. It's super useful for nothing. Can steal the connection IP address. I mean, if you were to host it publicly, you'd just be getting whatever you're connected to. But maybe you could get some other stuff. Where was I? I was at the documentation finally. Oh, here we go. Templates. The URL router class provides a convenient way to let different functions handle different URLs. It supports static matching, variable placeholders, and wildcards. Any matched variable will be available as an entry in the params directory. In addition to the path, the HTTP method is also used for matching requests. Each HTTP method has a corresponding method in code.prettyprint. Oh. So import vibe.vibe. Oh, cool. Server configuration. The HTTP server supports a number of configuration options. So you can set the port, you can set an address, which I've already done. You can server error info. What is res.render? Oh, it probably just gives us all that information. Yeah, let's add in that. So handle request is this, but that's error page. Never mind, maybe not. Error.dt. What is dt? What is in my file my directory right now. Nothing really, just that. I can't wait to write HTML today. Res.render error.dt. Settings.error page handler to delegate, and then points at error page, which is this. Oh. Okay, so that basically, to delegate probably makes a thread of error page. But it also sets equals error page handler equals to, so it's a different thing. This creates a delegate out of a pointer, which can probably be called by this to create a thread. To serve HTTPS connections, have a TLS context that has the appropriate certificate and private key files set. So you would need to auto settings equals new HTTP server settings. All right, let's go ahead and do that. So this is actually pretty cool. But is that called, do you do this before you get to the actual HTTP server? This is actually pretty interesting. And very, very template. I think you do this before you get here. This is, because this is your settings area. So, auto server, or, whoa, how do they oh yeah, they do auto settings equals new HTTP server settings semicolon. Boom. And then this is how they set it. Settings.port equals 443. That's HTTPS. We're going to make an HTTPS server now. Let's try that out. Bind address, and then these. Settings dot bind addresses. Bind address, and then it wants whatever address, which is in this case localhost. 127.0.0.1, and then boom. Right? But it wants it inside of quotation marks. It's just a string for that. What is this, a string array? So does that get stored somewhere else? I bet bind address actually stores it and appends it to a different thing in a constructor. I bet that's what's going on. That's how it probably works like that. I don't know. Settings.tls context create TLS context. TLS context kind and server. So that's a type. Is TLS context sign. And use certificate chain file. Use private key. Alright, let's create those then. Settings dot TLS context for all of these. So for all three, I'm just don't do that. I'm just gonna put in context right away. Oh, actually, is it capital in the C? I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, I love that. So this weekend, I got some projects planned. Hopefully, we'll get to all of them. Actually, tomorrow's gonna be the coolest one I'm gonna do, because my weekend starts tomorrow, apparently. That's awesome. I didn't know that until yesterday, and I was like, bro, Only 2 days left. Shit's been pretty good lately. Alright, and then equals... But the project we're gonna do tomorrow, we're gonna set up the Odroid XU4s. We're gonna do some real rigging stuff. It's gonna be pretty crazy. Create TLS context. Sane people, don't use caps. Please. Sane people, use caps every other line. Okay, so those are correct. It needs a constructor, tls.kind.server. TLS context dot kind, or no, TLS context kind dot server. Hoping that's correct. It'd be nice if I had 2 monitors and then I'd just be working off the other one, but the other monitor is busy at this time. Context. Use certificate chain file, and then these are the 2 certificates. Private key file and certificate chain file. Alright. Use private key file. Boom. Boom, boom. That's that. Then you declare these. So that's your server key and your server certificate. I said PM. And server dot certificate server dash cert dot pem. There we go. So that creates an HTTPS server. Settings. So now our open SSL and D port of Botan. By default, OpenSSL 3.x is used to provide the TLS HTTPS functionality. So select a different provider. Avoid compiling with TLS support enabled. The appropriate build configuration Botan. What is Botan? I guess it's OpenSSL. I mean, if you want to use native D stuff, then I guess Botan is good. I don't know. When using a JSON package recipe, the 2 lines have to be inserted. The following, or the follows. Let's go ahead and put in our settings now. Settings now goes here. So now, I have this. Okay. Settings.bind address. No property for bind address. Did I do it correctly? Addresses. Do it again. Do it again. Ulong. Why can't you? Why? 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 This is that moment where I consider, why does it want to be a Ulong? And why can't it be just a string? What? What? Why do you define this as this when it wants a U long? What the fuck? Let's go to HTTP server. Go back. Oh, fucking spaghetti. There should be HTTP server request. Go back to here. And then go down. Well, it actually takes settings, but HTTP server request type, class. Takes settings. Where is settings? Oh. Or no. That's in the web stuff, isn't it? HTTP server. Listen HTTP. That's what we need to look at. Listen HTTP. Go back up. I don't want to go all the way down there yet. It's in Vibe Web. No, it's in Vibe HTTP. And then it's going to be in the... Right? It's going to be listen HTTP. So where is that at? I guess server. Settings, request handler. We have function, listen HTTP. That contains settings. Settings. So that's what we're looking for, settings. So scroll down. I think it was down here somewhere. There should be a way to get to settings. Unless it's not those, but I think maybe if I go up here, HTTP listener. Network address. ushort. This address. Oh wow. Those are interesting. Oh. To address string returns a string representation of it. Huh. Settings. HTTP server requests. Settings. Where's settings? What is the type settings? Is there any types in here? Like class or settings? Where's the settings class? Where does it exist at? Settings. HTTP client settings. Here we go. Network interface. Network address. So why would you use the why use a network interface? I mean, I guess that makes sense. Pretty sure Core Atomic had some of the different types, because you need some way for like low-level system developers to like be able to interface with the actual sending packets as well. That's his thing. I think I got a few more minutes left until I'm gonna head off, but let's see. I think we'll do more of this in the future. I definitely like this library a lot. It seems very easy, but I want to figure out what settings.bind address is. So auto settings equals new HTTP server settings. That's HTTP client settings. HTTP server settings. Oh, wait. There we go. That's the one I needed to look for. So access log file. Those are different log files. Oh, these are really important. So, because if you have your HTTP server up, you can set fucking log files and stuff too. You also set error things. Bind addresses, which expects a string array. But it says of type string to ulong. Oh, but I mean, I guess if I... But why does it want to convert it to a ulong? What's wrong with that? Why does it want to do that? Wait. What? I'm confused. So it wants to make... Specifies a custom access logger, for instance. Anyway, it wants to make... a string and we're gonna set all the rest of these too, but it wants to make a string array. So maybe, oh wait, maybe it equals that. Maybe I'm missing that component. Oh yeah, that's what I was missing. Oh yeah, broke it. Failed to load certificate files, that's fine. So how do we get those certificate files? Now, we'll do the rest of these later, like loggers and stuff, putting those into the system. We'll do that later. Class node, start location, package vibe.d. Where's the documentation again? Here it is. So go back up. Where does it start talking about server configuration? So I can do HTTPS, right? Right here, HTTPS. Yeah, I forgot the equal sign. I'm surprised I missed that. Selecting the TLS provider, that's to do that. Available configurations, no TLS, don't compile with TLS support. OpenSSL, AutoDetect version is the default. OpenSSL 3.0.x, 1.1.1. Botan, dport of Botan. So it doesn't really specify what key.pem is. Failed to load certificate file of server.key.pem. Oh, I got it backwards. Because I am big dumb today. Missing an equal sign and putting them backwards. What are we doing? Do you be that? It should just run now. Oh. So yeah, it still needs a PEM file. PEM file, right? Key insert. And then how? How does one get these? So I guess I need to have those two things. No TLS. Oh, I mean, I guess if you were to do, like, put that in there as well. Or maybe it wants me to define these in the DUB file. Let's go back. So it says in the JSON file, you can, probably in here. Yes, it's in this one. That's why I chose JSON. Alright, so, because JSON is amazing. Whoa! Super cool. Like, this got updated or something. I have no idea. Oh, that's my copyright string is a fucking character? Bro, I knew it looked stupid when I put it in. That's the copyright string on it. That's hilarious. Yeah, we might have to redo that one, but it's okay. Because I'm pretty sure it's supposed to look different than that, and I just fucked it up. Anyway, so dependencies, vibes, stream TLS, which, yeah, A vibe D contains everything, and then sub-configurations comes after that. So I hate JSON a lot, because JSON sucks, bro. But, we can basically just copy this, so I don't have to face the pain and wrath of everybody who loves JSON in this world. And then change this out from dependencies to sub-configurations. And for the sub-configurations, set it to OpenSSL 3, since that's the latest version, the best version. OpenSSL 3 is optimal. I'm pretty sure they are 3 or 6, one of those two. 3 would be out of date, bro. I mean, hell, with quantum computers, it won't matter eventually. Whoa, 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 what the hell did it say here? Warning, subconfiguration. That is not specified as a dependency and will have no effect. Alright then, I'm going to specify VibeStream TLS for the version of whatever version. Actually, I can just do dub add vibe-stream and then probably colon for the TLS. There, because that gives you the correct version. Now click here, reload, and it undid my very good work. Oh, what the hell? Ah, who cares? Oops. Oops. DUB. Good job. iNet is building them. Building Vibe HTTP. Build it harder. They have a lot of work to do to bring this up to date, it looks like, though. Oh, man. Oh, dang it. Oh, dang it. Try it again. Did you get any warnings? Bro, that was way faster. High performance right there. MongoDB, mail. I mean, obviously I'm not going to need all of those, but just to get started, I mean, this is a pretty basic way of doing it, running website. Failed to load certificate file server-cert PM. Okay, so it's not got to do with that. So, to serve HTTP, that is the appropriate certificate and private keys set. Let's try figuring out what server-keys.pm is. Privacy enhanced mail formatted file. It is base 16 for encoded. Commonly used in web servers such as Apache or Nginx to authenticate servers. Your keys may already be in the form of... Oh! Let's see what they do here. This question is not about programming or software development. It is not currently accepting answers. Bro, they just probably were like, yeah, fuck this guy, bro. His question is technical related. So, I mean, who cares if it isn't about programming or the other thing? Stack Overflow is just Slopville. Let's not go there again. IBM.com. Where do you guys keep your Oh, you know where I keep them? Since I'm an Arch Linux user, I keep my PEM keys where my mouth is. I don't even know. It's that one Russian meme. In a public S3 bucket. Public S3 bucket. What does that mean? For master access in instance, file data in password vault. Home.ssh. You can store keys on a hardware device like a YubiKey. I suppose that probably is the right answer. Oh, look, Arch Linux. It's Arch Linux! Whoa! 6.18? So what are you doing, bro? 6 months ago? Damn, I was hoping it was recent. I really want to see somebody's Reddit posts about my channel and how it affected their life. In the positive way. Whoa, buyer beware. About what? Deal with your limited ISO. An overview. Instructional design. You know, if you want to get really good at security awareness, if you want to write really secure code, just try to hack your own code. And then have your friends try to hack it. And then just hack it some more. Just try hacking. Hacking your own stuff. So build a website. And then try to hack your website. And then figure out, once you have hacked it, how to fix that exploit. That's my advice. You could do it all yourself, technically. But or you could have somebody else do it, like your friends. Easy. Easy cheesy. Let's see what AI says. PEM key for vibe.d server. Server-key.pm or priv-key-.pm is configured in via the use private key file mentioned in the server's TLS context. Yeah, well, we already know that shit. That's pretty basic. We already have all of that. Also, this is just copy and paste from the documentation, bro. I'm just saying. Bro. AI. Copy and paste. Add comments, though. Initialize. Load. Load. Listen. That's literally my fucking code, bro. It looked at my computer and said, bro, I like your code, Mr. Fish. I'm going to copy it. Copy and paste it into web browser. Good God! At least it didn't copy this part yet. Res.writeBody. Cheesy mode, bro. This is it just making up something that sounds super cool. Bro. Where's the good information? Use private key file function. Do not concatenate the certificate. Sudo chud mod. Okay, yeah, I know to chud mod it now. To chud mod that shit, but then why base 64 encoded text? So like, let's just go ahead and get base 64 encode. Let's just make 2 PEM files and base 64 encode them and then chmod them. Here we go. This is my favorite website. Chud cell. And yes. Push the encode button. Encode. That's the password, by the way. And then go back to here. Create a file. Actually, no. Just do it in here. New. And call it, just paste this in here. And then save as. keys dot how is it called? Server dash cert dot pem. Actually, call it cert. Whoa. Good job. Whoa. Crazy, bro. Server.cert.pem. And then sudo c. I actually think you can just chmod 400 p. Actually, we'll wait on that one. We'll make sure they're correct first. Let's see. Server-cert and server-key. Another new one. We're going to create a good one. Gordon Freeman. In code. Beautiful. Copy. Pasta. Save. And then we're going to save it as server-key.pem. And then we're going to go ahead and, you know what we're going to do? chmod plus 400 anything in this folder that is .pem. Right? That's what the AI says to do, right? Oh, it doesn't say plus 400. Oh, it just says chmod 400. Bro, there's a fuck ton of chmods out there. Chmod. What do you mean you can't access that? So you would do // and then you would do asterisk. What the fuck do you mean, bro? This shit's fucking pissing me off. Tab, tab, tab. Oh. CD source. Me not being giga smart. Bing ding 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 ding. Ah, DB. What do you mean can't do it? Which one comes first? Is it server key? Fuck! Fuck! Failed to load certificate from server key.pem. Oh wait, isn't it supposed to be that it's actually made from SSL? Am I stupid? Chmod. I just wanted to chmod so hard, guys. I just wanted to chmod that. Make SSL key. Go. Arch Linux. Oh, but do I want it? I'm gonna end the episode after we generate some SSL keys. So it looks like this is the command. PEM. You generally combine your private key and certificate into a single text file. I think we just need to learn OpenSSL tomorrow because I'm fucking dumb and don't know what I'm doing. No, I'm gonna do it today. I'm gonna figure it out today. I'm gonna try my hardest to make sure that I figure this shit out today. Private key from your .key file. Primary certificate from your .crt file. Most common. Begin and end headers. Oh God. These are the most cringe, painful technologies that are available. Oh God. I need to read SSL docs. Hello. Open SSL. Cryptlib. Ooh. Cryptographic keys, bro. No, I don't need that. I did try compiling OpenSSL one time. You need OpenSSL 1 for, like, the fucking AM logic chips. So to use that chipset, you need to compile an OpenSSL. Well, I had to compile an OpenSSL. If you're on Ubuntu, you can just fucking download it. But me, I had to fucking compile that from scratch. I was like, bro, it's only in the AUR. I'm fucked. I can't use files from AUR. Anyway, I'm gonna end the episode here because I don't know how to generate an OpenSSL key because I'm very dumb. So we'll save that for next time when I'll be hopefully less dumb. I'd like to thank you all for watching. I'll see you all next time. And tomorrow we're gonna do some great things tomorrow.